Welcome to Really Cool Stuff for the Home podcast, sponsored by HomeWorks. And now with today's show on all the ways to improve your home is your host, Denise Sanchez.
Hello, everybody. This is Denise at HomeWorks, Really Cool Stuff for the Home, where we have the most amazing products that you could ever imagine. Really Cool Stuff for the Home is really where we're at. But I have a really unique podcast for today. This is a company. It's actually a partner, not really a company. I find them as a partner. They're called Renovation Angel. And it's a very unique company or partner. We're going to talk about, especially for the customer that wants to remodel their home, and they already have a pretty decent kitchen, but they want something better, bigger, or just new. And my guest today is Lisa Hinson. Lisa Hinson, industry partner. And then we have the Chief Operating Officer, Michael Foti. Did I say that right, Michael?
You did.
Okay,
yes.
Awesome. Okay. So, Lisa, a little bit about you. Where is your background from?
So, I've been with Renovation Angel for almost a year, and prior to that, I was with Miele Appliances, working with the architect and design community for 14 years.
So you know beautiful kitchens. Yeah. You know beautiful kitchens,
so I've
right?
seen plenty of kitchens, yes.
Right. And I can't believe it's just a year old, this company, and I haven't heard about it until a couple months ago. And it's just astounding. Now, Michael, I'd like to know a little bit about your background.
Sure, yes. I also came from Miele. I was with them for about 5 years and ended my career with Miele as the regional manager in the New York metro area, covering, your Long Island, New York City, New Jersey, and Westchester areas. And I've been with Renovation Angel now almost 2 years, and I hate to come out of the gate correcting you, but Renovation Angel is actually, it's been around for 20 years. Mm-hmm. And, we're kind of hitting a sweet spot here because recycling and sustainability is really becoming part of everyone's psyche. And,
right.
Everyone's trying to figure out how they can be more responsible in the things that they do.
So I really can't understand why I did not know about this company. Seriously. Because I do have customers, especially my Miele customers that we're talking about. They tend to be, more beautiful kitchens. I mean, they're not the most inexpensive product, but they're more of your luxury products. So I have customers that I dealt with 10 years ago that had all the latest and greatest Miele appliances, and then designs change, their needs have changed, and they want to upgrade their kitchen. But sometimes we get a little bit of guilt because we have such beautiful kitchens already. And that's where you come in as your company. So can you just give me kind of the gist of your company and why you're considered more of a partner? And tell me what you do.
Sure, and even just before we get to that, I just want to riff off what you said, because that's really ultimately how Lisa and I found our way to this project. Was when quite frankly I was with Miele, I learned about what Renovation Angel was doing, and it was kind of shocking at first to think that there's and it was obvious once you hear it, but that there's luxury kitchens that are still quality,
beautiful, are
well built, beautiful, would look perfect in someone's home and function just as they would want them to, and they were being discarded. So in my mind, it's like, okay, well, so they have to be a Miele level customer. How can we tie them in with the Miele brand? And that's when Steve, the founder and CEO of Renovation Angel, and I came up with this idea for a Miele recycle and rebate program, where someone who's doing a high-end renovation recycles their kitchen through Renovation Angel. And if they're buying new Miele appliances from an authorized Miele dealer like yourselves, they can save 10% on those as well. So that's kind of how this
awesome
came together. Yeah,
it could almost make someone that was sitting on the fence go, you know what? You don't feel as guilty about it. You feel like you're doing something good. So when you tell me the process of how this occurs. I have a customer that walks in. I know that 10 years ago I put in a Mila kitchen in her home, and I thought it was beautiful. And now they have this grandiose plan for something more beautiful, and with the newer products, and technology that they want. And so they might be the perfect candidate for something like this. So how would that process look?
Yeah, Lisa, if you want to jump in here and kind of walk through, because Lisa's going to be definitely on the ground level, working with our partners nationwide and getting cued into projects. So she could probably help with the first steps, and then how I can help, I will.
Great. Sure, it's a really simple process. And when you're talking about kitchens that can have a second life, the kitchen behind me is currently on our website. So someone donated this kitchen.
It's beautiful.
And for their donation, they received a tax savings. What happens after that is that we come in and we have white glove removal so that the space is perfectly clean for the kitchen designer to come in and create a masterpiece. So it all starts very simply, just with a few pictures, the address of the name and address of the client. And then you can be as involved or not as you wish. We would be happy to just take that over and take care of the donation part of the process so that your team doesn't have additional things to do. Once they connect with me, they can send me the pictures directly and I can take it from there.
So on the type of cabinets, I imagine that this is the critical point. They have to be decent cabinets. So we have a lot of high-end, Italian cabinets. I'm sure that would work out, beautifully for you. But what about the high-end custom cabinets where they build them in a cabinet shop and they finish them in a cabinet shop and then they go install them? Would that qualify as well?
Yeah, it's really going to ultimately be about its quality, its condition. We're looking for kitchens that are going to be less than 10 to 15 years old. We take everything too. We take the cabinetry, we take the appliances, we pop the granite tops. So that entire space is going to be recycled and repurposed some way, somehow, likely into someone else's kitchen space. And, with that, because we're collecting so much information in the customer's home, they're able to figure out how they're going to retrofit this person's kitchen into their own space. So, a custom kitchen would be a great candidate.
So no Formica, please, right? Just we want stone or quartz, that sort of thing, right?
It's going to be a luxury kitchen.
Right.
What we do, it's a very labor-intensive process. It's free to the specifier. It's free to the homeowner. But there has to be enough there for this all to take place and for it to be desirable enough for someone to ultimately want to procure this material.
So once I have a customer that, say, we start talking about it, and would I be the person to go take the pictures, or we would send pictures to you so you could even pre-qualify the customer?
So it'll be super simple. You can just send the pictures to me. So I know I sent you some information with my email. The client can, with any phone, just send me the pictures either to my phone or my email, and we can start the process from there. If we need to do an inspection, we'll take care of that. But we can usually get a pretty good idea from pictures.
Yeah, so we're going to take those pictures, and it's going to give us a pretty good idea. Like, hey, this is definitely a kitchen we want to do, or hey, not sure, need a little more information, or I'm sorry, this one's not going to qualify for such and such reasons. And we kind of encourage, hey, you're working with a client. If you think that it's still a nice kitchen, shoot us over. Let us have some back and forth there. We want to recycle as many kitchens as make sense and as possible. So, however, it's easiest to get the wheels in motion. If you prefer to say to your client, hey, I need you to reach out to Renovation Angel. We and Steve, our founder, will often say we don't want to give a rich person a job assignment. So the more that you and your team can be a solution provider to the homeowner, to the other people working in the space, and offer this benefit. If we take a kitchen project on, they're going to be saving $10,000 to $50,000. This is significant.
It's yes, extremely significant.
And if it's built into your sales process, well, imagine everybody expects, you walk into an appliance showroom and they're showing you all the latest and greatest, and they're just expecting the dollar signs to keep ticking up as you keep talking. But here, like, let's find a way from the onset to save them tens of thousands of dollars. And in turn, let's help close the deal. Let's upgrade the appliance level. Let's add additional pieces in. Like, whatever we can do to make sure that the kitchen becomes exactly what the client wants by doing something productive with an otherwise wasted resource, their outgoing kitchen, it's a win all the way around.
And I really think that it makes people feel good to be part of that process, not to be wasteful. I mean, even like Mila, no planned obsolescence. That's very important. So this goes hand in hand with that. But I know that like when customers come in and you talk about energy efficiency, and now you're talking about no planned obsolescence, and we can also talk about that with their existing kitchen. That makes them feel comfortable, feel good. Maybe they'll spend a little more too.
You're exactly right. And I think this is why Mila was so smart to really jump on, this idea that a renovation, we all want to sell the new stuff into the home. And we're not like the car industry where someone's thinking about what is pre-existing. So, it'd be crazy to have your car, which has reached the end of its life of, your usefulness with it, and drive it off a cliff and then walk to the dealership. Like, that'd be ridiculous. No, you drive your old car onto the lot, and there's a value for that. And that gets baked into the deal on the new car. And whether that car gets repurposed as is or broken down for parts or used for the commodities, there's something that happens with that car. And the kitchen and bath industry really doesn't have something like this until, quite frankly, Renovation Angel got involved and offers this. And then you put the power of a brand like Mila, whose entire essence is built on sustainability, on producing appliances that use recycled parts, that are built and tested to withstand 20 years of life, that have all the components of a sustainable practice. Well, now they're championing doing something good with what's got to come out before their new stuff comes in.
And that was beautifully said. Perfect. So when Steve, what's his last name, Steve?
That's Steve Feldman.
Steve Feldman. Okay. When he decided to start this company, what was his mission? What was his thinking?
Yeah. So his story is unique, and he tells it obviously better than I could. But he talks about he had been raising money for addiction recovery, and he had gone and seen his largest donor in Greenwich, Connecticut, and she had just lost $30 million in a stock market crash of 2001. And she handed him her last check and said, good luck. And he kind of was like, what do I do now? And this Rockefeller mansion that he had been passing to get to his donor's home had been demolished. And there was a sign in the driveway saying demolition in progress. And it happened to be the Empress of Iran's home.
Oh, wow.
And his mind moved to, okay, wait, so there had to have been valuable things in this home. What if I was able to reclaim some of those things and have that be the way that I raise money rather than asking for it? And that's really how he got his start in this. And I'm certain for a number of years, this concept of recycling a kitchen fell on deaf ears. Like it just wasn't as big of a cultural thing in the early 2000s. Now, like you said, everybody's trying to figure out ways to be more responsible.
Exactly.
And there's little things that we do, and those little things are important. Not throwing a bottle in a garbage can or whatever. But we have an opportunity as an industry to really embrace this process, and it could create tremendous effects. I mean, there's 100,000 luxury kitchens that are thrown away in this country annually.
Something that is unbelievable.
100,000, and the average kitchen is 7,000 pounds. So that's a lot of waste going to a landfill that can be avoided.
So, and then how do you sell the kitchens, resell, and who are you targeting?
So everything is available on our website. Mm-hmm. We also have a 43,000 square foot showroom in Fairfield, New Jersey. And nearly 100% of the material that we take gets repurposed, resold, mm-hmm. and reused in some way. And that goes back to our inspection, which collects all this detail, which ultimately feeds an IRS audit level appraisal. So we really make it easy for someone to understand what they're looking at and mm-hmm. what they're getting themselves into, and try to figure out how to plan for using this material. So, I think it's a matter of us being able to get access to this asset and connect that to someone who wants to do something productive with it. And, you have your builders, house flippers, mm-hmm. industry insiders right. that certainly know about this. But, you have also a lot of parts of the country, especially, are looking for hardy, well-built material at a good price. And, there's also an appetite for using existing material that's mm-hmm. that's recycled. Like that's becoming more relevant. So there's a lot of ways that someone would take advantage of the type of material we're able to collect. And, they either have the inside track, they either really know what they're doing and can utilize it in their own build, or, they don't want to go the way of some lower quality mass produced
right.
Mm-hmm. creation. Mm-hmm. And there's things that are existing, but.
And I was looking at the website, Lisa, and there are some beautiful kitchens, that you have for sale. I was thinking, man, some of these kitchens are just drop dead gorgeous. And price ranges, what are your price ranges that you're offering these kitchens? Just curious.
So they'll range from just a few $1,000s mm-hmm. all the way up to maybe $20,000, mm-hmm. depending on the size, the manufacturer, the condition. We understand there's going to be a little wear and tear, but, mm-hmm. All of our kitchens are in very good shape for us to take them in. Mm-hmm. One of the other nice things is that as we've grown and our online presence has gotten bigger, a lot of the kitchens are now removed and taken directly to the new homeowner. So it eliminates that step of coming all the way back mm-hmm. to New Jersey. If you look on the website, it has sale before removal.
Right. I did see that.
That means that it is on our website and ready to go, will be removed by a specific date, and we can take it directly to the purchaser, making it even a greener process than coming all the way back to.
Exactly. So the purchaser, are you looking for the purchaser to be close proximity to that kitchen, or does it matter across the U.S.?
Yeah, at times, certainly. And, as we're able to be cued into more of these projects across the country, which we are removing kitchens nationwide, mm-hmm. and we're selling kitchens nationwide. And it only makes sense that if we're removing a kitchen in California in June, that we try to target a West Coast customer between now and then. So, yeah, that's a purchase before removal opportunity. And that really sets us apart from what anyone else would be able to do. I mean, mm-hmm. If you can be going to our platform and seeing what kitchens material are going to be made available in, any number of months' time, and you plan your project for that material accordingly, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's very, very. So now when someone, I'm just being nosy and wanting to know about the whole thing. I just find this fascinating. I really do. So once the purchaser decides that I want this kitchen, do you also get involved in the installation process for that customer, or he just, how does that process, what does that look like?
They would need a contractor for that. Currently, we don't do installation, but yes. They would work with a local contractor. We would deliver it, and then they would install it.
So you would just facilitate it getting delivered to him, right? Okay. So it's almost too good to be true. I mean, okay.
It would seem.
10% off of Miele, that's any Miele appliance, right?
That's right.
So 10% off of Miele appliances. Y'all, that is significant.
It is.
It is significant. And then a tax deduction as well. Now, you hear so much about, the tax deductions are kind of like already fixed into that. But if this would be a significant number, so it'd probably take them out of that so-called little box that's normally there, right?
Yeah, and I really don't want to pass over this too quickly because this is a very important part. So when you drop off bags of your old clothes to your church parking lot, like you're able to write off up to $5,000 of non-cash donations like that, unless you have an appraisal for what you're donating. And in this case, you're getting an appraisal done on this kitchen area, so the write-off could be well over $5,000. I mean, we've seen appraisals in the last couple of years where they're hundreds of thousands of dollars because the person is leaving kitchens and bathrooms and furniture and antiques and artwork, and we can help facilitate having all of that appraised with an IRS audit level appraisal done against comps, and for this person and for us to be able to take it from start to finish, where we're helping that appraisal process, we're doing the removal, we're receiving all the inventory, we're acknowledging having received this donation and ultimately signing off on their 8283 form. This makes us really a powerful partner in trying to get the most value out of things that you're trying to get rid of.
Truly. And there's no cost to this.
So the only cost is to the appraisal company. And because the IRS requires that there's an independent third-party appraisal done.
Okay, got it.
But there's certain appraisal companies that we know do this type of work, and they've preset a $450 kitchen appraisal fee.
Okay.
And your client's never going to incur that unless they know that we're taking the project on. And if we're taking the project on, the savings are going to be well over the $450.
Oh, exactly.
So it is a small investment that they do need to make throughout the process if it's a job that we're taking on, and they want to take advantage of the tax deduction. If they say, listen, I just don't want to see this end up in the dumpster, great. We'll come out, we'll remove it for free. It doesn't end up in the dumpster. They're not paying to have it ripped apart and chucked. That's up to them. So
you just said furniture and art. So you do other things besides kitchens?
We do. Yes.
Okay.
The core of what we do is the kitchen, and but oftentimes when someone's doing a kitchen, it may bleed over into other parts of the home.
Yes. The whole home remodel and even buy new furniture, new artwork.
It could happen, especially
make your own home. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen in this COVID environment too. I mean, there's been people that have just they left their home in the Hamptons, in New York City, went to Florida, whatever they did. And, there's opportunity in that as well.
That is so interesting. I'm so excited to get started. I cannot wait to get my first kitchen. I actually have an appointment about an hour after this podcast where I'm hoping that that's going to be my first client for you guys. I'm very excited about it. I'm going to take pictures and send them to you, Lisa.
Absolutely. That'll be great.
So how long does this process usually take? So say my customer, we've agreed to everything, and now she wants, let's get it out. So how long does that process take?
So it depends on the scheduling of it. We really work to their timeline. So the earlier in the process that you can let us know that your client is interested, the easier it is for us to schedule around their timeline. We have had kitchens that were wonderful, but we just couldn't get to them because they called us on Monday, and by Friday, we just couldn't get our team there. Our team is a team of carpenters that works directly for us, and they're vetted, and they're vetted deeply so that we know that who we're sending into your home, we don't just hire a local mover to go in and get that kitchen. Like there's definitely a precise process to disassembling the kitchen so that we can then move it to a new home. So the more time, the better, we like to say, but, we'll certainly work on their schedule.
So what do you consider more time, the better? But a month?
Yeah, I mean, a month is going to be usually pretty sufficient. we do want to get an inspector out. We do want to make sure that our calendar, our schedule aligns with when they're expecting the removal.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, it's challenging when someone calls you on a Monday that their kitchen needs to be removed this week. And
Yeah,
it's like,
hello, I know.
We want the kitchen. We've done it. It's happened. And this is why I think it's so important to be a part of the sales process and not an afterthought. Like, let's feel really good about the plan going into the remodel, into the renovation. Let's understand the savings up front, and let's have that initial conversation about the opportunity and the no, because you're an industry insider, because you're the expert in this space, and you're bringing this solution to them, which they go to anyone. They may not have learned about it. They may not have been able to take advantage of it, but they are able to with you. So I think it's a powerful position to be in, and it just ensures that we're going to be able to accomplish what we want to, and things are going to go as smoothly as expected.
Well, this is an exciting partnership, and it really is a partnership. I can see that. And I knew a little bit about the company. Lisa, you and I talked a little bit here and there, but I didn't want to know all too much until we had this podcast. So I would learn things, So I really am interested in this, and I'm excited about it. I can't wait to get this rolling. I think once I get, a couple kitchens under my, belt, I'll feel real comfortable about it. Right now, it's almost like too good to be true. I want to make sure, is this for real? Right? Because seriously, this is a great deal. It really is.
This is like any other donation, I know. I mean, we get hung up because it's a kitchen, but it's really like any other donation. From start to finish, we're going to help you and then do all the paperwork for your donation.
But it's even better than that, because you know that the whole thing is going to be intact, and the whole thing is going to be used for someone to love, their kitchen. They're going to love having this kitchen. I looked on the website, like I said, Lisa, and I was looking. I said, I can't believe they're going to replace this kitchen. This is a beautiful kitchen.
Look at the kitchen behind me.
I know.
Beautiful kitchen.
I know. There was one kitchen that even had a, what do you call it when you have the island, the waterfall countertop. Oh, that's beautiful with the, it was absolutely stunning. What can they be putting in? I can't imagine how beautiful the new kitchen's going to be. So
Many
exciting.
times it's a new homeowner. So the kitchen is perfectly fine and beautiful like this one, but it's just not to their liking.
Right.
So, even more reason why we should reuse it and recycle it.
Exactly. Well, this has been exciting. I've learned a lot, and I can't wait to get going. And I think this is a great company. I'm so excited to be a partner with Renovation Angel. And I think you should say Renovation Angels, because so many of you are. But I'm excited about it. And can you believe it, Lisa? The time has run out. I've told you, just like that, boom, time has run out.
Thank you so much, Denise. I really appreciate and look forward to working with you.
Same here. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Lisa. And until next time, or till maybe later on, I'll be sending pictures.
Yes, I'll look for them.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Denise. It's been great.
Thanks.